am excited because I just saw video footage of Aliyah Boston.
Aliyah Boston's workout video wasn't just a routine, it made a statement. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's video has fans questioning her approach. Let's see who's really putting in the work to dominate next season.
And we saw Caitlin Clark with Coach Stephanie White. Now we are seeing Aliyah Boston with their new player development coach, Keith Porter. Let's react to her offseason workout. I'm gonna start this video around the 1 minute mark when she really starts getting into these drills. So as you can see, she's starting off with just some...
Ready for this? Aliyah Boston's new workout video is making waves. She's stepping up her game, and everyone's talking about it.
What up, Fever family? It's Coach Keith Porter. Today I got Aliyah Boston in the gym. We've been working on some footwork, getting up and down the floor.
Today, Aliyah Boston's in the gym working on footwork. The Fever's secret weapon, Keith Porter, flew in from Massachusetts to help take her game to the next level. And wait until you hear his thoughts on her.
And a Fever. He said this is an opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have, to train a person who has potential to be one of the greatest women athletes ever.
Keith Porter has high expectations for Aliyah Boston and shared more about her incredible potential.
Also going to Indiana as an opponent, one of the best fan bases you've ever seen. Like, the games are electric in Indiana. To be on that side, to see it, it's intense, but it's a good.
Porter, who's worked with stars like Jai Carrington and Stephanie White, has big plans for Boston. He believes she could be one of the greatest women athletes ever. Let's take a look at her gym routine. It's far from typical for a center.
Going with a little jump shot with her left, a little floater with her left, which I talked about that in the Caitlin Clark video. I love that these coaches at Indiana are focusing on using both hands on the left side of the bucket and on the right side of the bucket. It just makes you so much harder to guard if you're able to use your right and your left hand no matter where you're going up on the court.
Boston's working on floaters with both hands and shooting 55.2% from the field. For someone her size, that finesse is next level. Defenders won't know if it's a jumper or a floater, keeping them guessing.
She's not doing a layup. Like, she's doing little floaters with her left hand. That is going to be very hard to stop.
The real kicker? Boston's hitting threes like it's second nature. For someone known for dominating the paint, that's what makes it so exciting.
Aliyah Boston is already a versatile player because she's obviously has a pretty good post game, but she can shoot the three.
Boston's expanding her game, hitting threes, setting screens, and dominating in the post. She's a nightmare for defenses with endless scoring options.
It seems like it's the same thing here, like we saw with Caitlin's workout. They're really working the whole court. They're not just doing set shots. They're not only working on post moves with her. It looks like they're working on here, setting the high screen, which is something that the Indiana Fever are going to use so much.
It gets even better. Boston's working on her ball handling and decision-making, potentially running the offense from the high post like a point center. This could turn the Fever into serious contenders.
Focusing on with her here, it's more about speed and footwork and more skill-based than it is like, hey, we're gonna get you in the gym and just get you to be strong. Like, he knows Aliyah is skilled on all ends of the court. And if she's able in the post to use her quickness and use her footwork, that's what's going to help her more than just being just a pure athletic, strong body.
And there's more. Boston's entire workout is focused on making her quicker, more agile, and more explosive. She's not just improving, she's completely transforming her game.
Like, too, with Aliyah, like, she's more of a skilled player than just like a bruising type of post player. There's one thing, obviously, she can get in the gym and be super strong.
The Fever have a secret weapon in Boston, whose versatility can make their offense unstoppable. If she keeps this up, she'll redefine the center position. Imagine Clark and Boston running a high screen and roll. It's like chess versus checkers.
Clark gets a screen from Boston. There's pick and roll and easy. Look.
Clark is reading defenses like a psychic. Now imagine Boston hitting a three or setting a screen while Clark drives. Defenders won't know what hit them.
Post moves with her. It looks like they're working on here, setting the high screen, which is something that the Indiana Fever are going to use so much. And that's going to be, it's already deadly between Aliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, this high screen. But if Aliyah Boston is able to set the screen, pop to the three and be able to make that, if she's able to pop and hit a mid-range jumper, or if she's able to roll to the basket and be strong and use some of these post moves that they're working on, it's clearly unstoppable because Caitlin Clark's court vision is...
Here's the twist. Clark and Boston are in perfect sync on the court. Clark's drives and Boston's new mid-range game create a deadly combo. Defenders won't know whether to collapse on Clark or stick with Boston. And if they guess wrong, Bam gets an easy 2 points.
And Aliyah is also, like, she's athletic. She has good court vision as well. So if she doesn't have that shot, she can be able to dump to another post.
You might wonder why we're sure it'll work. When Clark saw Boston's workout video, it fired her up. That's the reaction when something big is coming.
The last one as well. Just like running forward. You get caught like that. Instead of opening up. Yeah. It's more of like a forward pivot. You just run into it. There we go.
Coach Keith Potter, the one brought in to work with Boston, is thrilled with her progress. He talks about her like she can do it all. Threes, screens, you name it. Boston's crushing it.
And Aliyah Boston was going to come ready to ball. And so when I see footage like this and see the moves that they're working on, I feel really good about that because I think it portends wonderful, wonderful things.
Potter is excited about how Boston and Clark will pair up. He's calling it one of the best duos ever. When a coach like him gets this pumped, you know it's going to be special.
Now, the hire of Keith Porter was huge news for Indiana Fever fans and for the organization. So the funny thing is he actually also came from Connecticut, so he had worked with Coach Stephanie White.
What does this mean for the Fever? Big things ahead. Clark and Boston aren't just playing together, they're redefining the guard center duo. Fans, get ready for an unforgettable season. Meanwhile, Boston's working hard in the gym. Angel Reese also dropped a surprising video, shooting 3 free throws like she's in a 3-point contest. A 6'3" post player shooting deep? Unlikely.
Lack of, proof that she's been in the gym working on her craft, trying to hone her skills after what can only be described as one of the worst shooting seasons anybody's ever seen in the history of basketball.
You might wonder why Reese is working on long-range shots instead of her inside game. Last season, she shot just 44.5% from under 5 feet and 39.1% overall. For her size, that's worrying for coaches.
You're right. The truth is, Angel's a poor shooter of the basketball. I don't know any other way to say it. She's just a poor shooter.
With Reese struggling near the basket, she's focusing on threes. It's a bit odd, and fans aren't happy about it. One even tweeted, Reese needs to work on layups, not logos. Ouch.
She was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA. Any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field.
Her workout video is full of flashy moves, but where are the baskets? It's making people wonder if she's more focused on social media than on improving her game.
Rebound, are you going to try to run out there all of a sudden and shoot a 3 even though you got perimeter players that are standing around waiting for you to pass them the ball so they can shoot wide open shots? It could potentially be a horrible season for the Chicago Sky.
Some might say she's expanding her skills, but missing easy shots at the rim suggest she should focus on the basics. With the Chicago Sky already criticized for misusing post players, is Reese setting herself up for more issues?
I believe Aliyah Boston is going to come in ready. This last season, she was out of shape, and many of them have said they didn't quite know what they were getting. They weren't prepared for the passes. Caitlin, they weren't prepared to get up and down the floor. Obviously, the more this team can get out on the break and run and not have to grind it out in the paint, the better.